This is a demo of Easy ABVs for the iPhone. As a whiskey enthusiast, I created this application to keep track of the amount of alcohol I'm taking in and kind of keep tabs on that, and to play around with the effects of adding water to my drink. So what this does is it allows you to enter in the alcohol percentage of a drink you're about to pour, enter in the size of the drink, and then it presents some interesting calculations at the top here and has a slider and data entry for adding water and seeing how that changes the calculations up at the top. So I'm going to run through a few scenarios here of how I intend to use this. Let's say, for example, that I'm getting ready to pour some Aberlour Abuna cask strength Scotch whiskey, and that's at 60% or so. And I see that if I pour my standard drink size of 35 milliliters, somewhere in that neighborhood, I'm going to get 2.1 UK drink units. I believe they recommend no more than 3 to 4 drink units in the UK per day for a moderate drinker. So let's say that I want to lower this a little bit. I'm going to be drinking maybe a couple different drinks tonight, and I don't want to go over my limit too quickly. So let's play around with this. Let's lower the volume of the drink to 25 milliliters. That gets me down to 1.5 units, so that works out about right if I'm planning a couple of drinks tonight. And pure alcohol of 15 milliliters. And you can see the final ABV, of course, at this point matches the poured ABV of the spirit. So next I'm going to try adding a little water. So I'll put, let's say I want to add 5 milliliters of water into this. You can see that now my final ABV of the drink is going to be 50% as opposed to the original 60% of the alcohol. Now the other thing I can do is I can swap here. I've got a little swap button and say, instead of entering the water and seeing what happens to the final ABV, I'd like to enter the final ABV and see how much water I need to add to reach that desired amount. So let's say I have a target here of, I'd like to have the final ABV be 43%. Now I can look up at the top and it says to add 10 milliliters of water to my 25 milliliters of spirit to get that desired final ABV of 43%. One other thing I might do with this is, let's say I would like to compare several different drinks, and I want to, I've poured 25 milliliters in 3 different glasses, and I've got 3 cask strength spirits. One's at 60%. I can see that I need to add 10 milliliters of water if I want 43%. I've got another one that's at 55. So I do a little adjustment here and I see, okay, 7 milliliters of water will get me down to 43%. And my last one is 62. And so that one I'm going to put 11 milliliters of water in. So this is if I wanted to have even 43% across the board, doing taste comparisons of these. Maybe I don't want it to be too hot on the tongue as I'm moving between these, and having the first one impact too much my ability to taste the other two.